Jim Donovan. He's a retired Navy captain and the chairman of Veterans for Nye, and an all-around awesome guy.
Well, thank you very much, but before I make my comments, let's recognize that young man from Hampton who led us with the Pledge of Allegiance, and also young Stephen here, who turns 21 on Friday. For me, who's lived here in Virginia Beach for 25 years, it's always wonderful to recognize these young, wonderful young men and women that we have in the area, so thank you. My name is Jim Donovan. I retired from the Navy 2.5 years ago. It's almost 3 years now. It seems like just yesterday. And it was in November of 2007, at the beginning of that long campaign of 2008 that seemed to start back in November of 2007. Having served 34 years in the Navy, both as an enlisted man and as an officer, I was typically not involved in politics other than casting my vote every election and perhaps contributing to various campaigns. I was able, however, once I retired, to become involved in politics. I took that first year, the first election, to observe what was going on. I was very pleased to support and vote for Barack Obama back in 2008. And I was looking at the congressional district here in Virginia Beach, and I started to study the candidates. And what I saw in Glenn Nye really impressed me. It seemed to be he seemed to embody the types of values that I had as a military man, as a husband, as a father, and as a young Democrat, actually, from Boston. I enlisted in the Navy in 1973 from Boston. I was a Kennedy Democrat. My father made me do it. I told you about that career, and I was 34 years in the Navy from 1973 to 2007, and I told you that because, one, I was an active duty sailor, two, I'm now a retiree from the military, three, I'm a veteran of the military, and four, I'm a spouse. My wife is currently an active duty captain serving in the Navy. She recently returned from Pakistan. I say that's important because when I support someone like Glenn Nye, I'm supporting my fellow sailors and officers, soldiers, airmen, and Marines, and also someone we shouldn't forget, our family members. And I know that Glenn Nye, after I voted for him in 2008, he has consistently supported the men and women of Hampton Roads, which I believe is one of the largest military retiree areas or districts in the country. He supports active duty, medical care. He supports active duty or spouses through a recent initiative to return education to spouses of military members, to get that kick-started and restarted. And he's also supporting veterans returning from Afghanistan and Iraq, getting jobs by encouraging small businesses and other businesses to, through tax breaks, to hire those veterans. So I know that I made a great decision in 2008, and I intend to vote for Glenn Nye in 2010. What do I do to volunteer to help? I'm a volunteer. Actually, I worked for Stephen, I think, one of the last couple of months. He told me what to do. I work for Kyle right now. But what I do is I come in 3 or 4 days or nights a week, and I make phone calls to hundreds, or if not thousands, of residents of Virginia Beach, parts of Hampton, Norfolk, and the Eastern Shore, just to talk about Glenn Nye, remind them of who we have in Congress and all of the good things he's doing for Hampton Roads. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, but it's well worth my time and effort. If you would like to join me, I meet on Wednesday nights with other veterans, and we have a phone bank. If anyone is either active duty, retiree, a family member, or have someone in their family in the military, if you'd like to join me, see me after this, and I'll give you my card and set you up for volunteer time. It doesn't have to be Wednesday night, it can be any time. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in a welcome for the Honorable Representative Glenn Nye.